Hello and welcome to That's Football. This is the Watchalong for Real Betis versus Real Madrid. I hope everything's okay in terms of lag and Wi-Fi. Obviously, we had some technical difficulties in the last stream. It should be a good game today. I'm excited. I've actually got Jorge Garcia with me. He's actually a Barcelona fan, but he's the best I could do. Jorge, how you doing, mate?
Hello guys, how you doing? Here from Madrid.
Very good, mate. Very good. Obviously, Jorge's going to bring a little bit more La Liga sort of knowledge to the channel. You know, I'm not going to profess that I'm a La Liga master. So, Jorge, just over to you quickly. In terms of the lineup, Bale starts today ahead of Benzema. What do you make of that?
I just think Bale is a very injured-prone player. Obviously, he's come back from a couple injuries lately, and I think introduce him in this sort of game where Real Madrid against a relatively weak side. You can see the best of Bale where just keep introducing him bit by bit, not just throw him into the PSG game, for example. That's
Yeah.
quite a big opponent for him. Just
Yeah.
patiently, just bit by bit, get him in the team.
Yeah, ease him in is essentially what you're saying. Don't throw him into the deep end. So you think this is the right sort of game for him. In terms of Betis, what do you think about Betis? Do you know anything about them in particular?
Here in Spain is a very no one expected to see Betis up there in ninth in La Liga table. They've been a team that have struggled in late years, but they've got a new manager in Mandarin, Quique Setién, very good manager, good reputation here in Spain. He's a quite good manager with he's a
Right.
ball playing guy, and yeah, he's just made Betis a different side.
So in terms of today, do you expect anything from Betis? Do you think that Real Madrid could potentially drop points, or do you think it's a set win? It's 3 points for Real Madrid, 100%.
No, Real Madrid this year in La Liga haven't been as regular as you would expect from Real Madrid, but Betis this year have been really good. They won in the first leg of La Liga away in the Bernabeu, and you would expect Betis to press really high up the pitch, especially in the first minutes of the game, possibly get a goal up. You never know, and then Real Madrid will have to push up. It's a very you don't know what's going to happen. Betis is a very predictable
Predictable
team, and
side, yeah.
and Real Madrid's very regular as well. So you don't really know what's
Yeah, you know,
make of the
what you're
game.
saying is essentially this season, you know, in the past few seasons, La Liga has sort of been almost criticised for the fact that when Real Madrid play the likes of Betis or Barcelona play the likes of Betis, it's essentially 3 points before either ball is even kicked. But you're saying today it's a little bit more uncertain, especially with Real Madrid's form this season. Maybe, you know, Betis are not only doing fantastic this season, but Real Madrid have been poor as well. So, you know, we might see an upset here today.
Yeah, we might obviously Real Madrid maybe with the thoughts of PSG at the back of their minds. You never know what can happen. Maybe the players may be thinking about the PSG game. Obviously, a very important game for them. So you never know what's going to happen. It's very difficult to know.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier before this we were speaking, and I was asking you a few questions, and you mentioned that Real Madrid are almost a different side in the Champions League than they are into the Liga. Could you expand on that, please?
So yeah, definitely here in Spain. So Real Madrid, they do have the media support. So after that PSG game, all the media got behind them, all the fans got behind them because they know Real Madrid is a different side in the Champions League that they are in La Liga. So I think that would boost them in the domestic league. But I also think that the fact that they're 20 points behind Barcelona with 2 games still to play for them, I think they bit difficult for them. They're fighting for third place with Valencia, and that's what they aspire to this
Yeah,
season. I think
yeah. Obviously,
not more than that.
they
Not
are
more than
actually
that.
at the moment closer to Real Betis than they are to Barcelona. As a Barcelona fan yourself, Jorge, what do you think about that? How do you think? You know, why have Real Madrid been so poor this season?
I just think it's due to the hunger of the will to win. I just think obviously 2 Champions League back to back is very difficult, and along with a couple La Liga titles, Copa del Rey's, I think just Real Madrid players they've won too much in the last years. They don't have as much ambition as they
Yeah.
do. I think this season. But it's Real Madrid. You never know.
Yeah, and how do you think Zidane can rectify that, if at all? Is that bringing in new players or adjusting the formation, the lineup, or is the only way for Real Madrid to get better for Zidane to go?
It's a difficult question. I think there's too many unhappy players at Real Madrid squad. Obviously, the likes of Isco, Asensio, they're not getting much game time. But yeah, obviously the Lucas Vazquez as well. Players like him, then they're not getting the minutes they should.
Yeah.
And I think that's really affecting the whole team as a squad, as a unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best for them.
So what you're saying is essentially there's players, there's too many good players in that side, and too many good players aren't getting enough game time. Like you said, the likes of Vazquez and Asensio, they're actually playing today. But I understand what you mean. Asensio's playing today, putting a fantastic performance against PSG. He only came on for the last 20 minutes or so. What do you think of Asensio? How do you rate him?
He's obviously been thought to be like a really good prospect, a wonder kid. It's a bit difficult for him. Obviously, last year he was outstanding, but I think this year he's dropped his level a little bit. Obviously, he's not getting much game time. That could be affecting him. But I think if he keeps being on the bench week in, week out, I don't think he's got much minutes to progress.
Yeah.
Obviously, Real Madrid 11 full of stars are very difficult to play, but for a youngster like him, you would expect Zidane to play him.
Yeah, exactly.
Big games, small games.
Yeah. So exactly, like Asensio, obviously he's a young player. He needs game time to progress. It's all well and good, doing it in the under-23s or for Spain and for Real Madrid. It's all good for sitting on the bench for that max experience. But at the end of the day, the only way you're going to progress as a young player is to get game time on the pitch and to get that sort of match experience. Do you think that if maybe next season it stays the same, do you think you could see Asensio leave Real Madrid, or is that not really a thing?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think he is aware he's not a regular starting player. He is aware of that, and yeah, if he doesn't keep getting the minutes he should, and everyone, all the Real Madrid fans, all the Spanish media know he can provide with those good minutes, those goals, those assists that everyone loves. I think he'll be looking for an exit if this continues like this.
Yeah, obviously in terms of Ronaldo, obviously the figurehead of Real Madrid for so many years now. I think it's maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 years now that he's been smashing at Real Madrid. He's coming to the end of his sort of, he's still brilliant, as we saw midweek against PSG. He can bang in goals still. 2 goals, wins the game for Real Madrid. But he is coming to the end. He is getting a little bit of stick from rival fans, as we talk about often with that song, Jorge. How do you see the progression in terms of who's going to replace Ronaldo? How long do you think he's got left in him, etc.?
Obviously, when he joined Real Madrid in the 2008-2009 season, he started off as a left winger, and right now he's more like a striker. He's kind of moved into that role, and obviously, if you want to replace Ronaldo, it's technically impossible to do that.
Yeah.
But you would have to look at what players you would have to bring in, what positions would you bring a left winger, a striker, those sort of things. This in the summer and also in the winter transfer window.
Yeah.
Real Madrid have been linked with names like Icardi, Harry Kane, Timo Werner, but I think here in Madrid. Obviously, Marca, which is a sports newspaper in Spain, they're well aware that Ronaldo's aging right now, 33 years old.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid are looking for a replacement for him. They know they had offers for him, both windows, and
yeah.
It's a possibility.
Talking of sort of Ronaldo replacements, big signings for Real Madrid. Amazingly, I've seen a lot of links that Neymar could potentially go to Real Madrid maybe this summer or the next. What do you think of that as a Barcelona fan yourself?
So I think it's very, very possible. I think Neymar is chasing that Ballon d'Or. He really he gets hyped for that title. That's his ambition. And obviously at PSG, if they get knocked out in a couple of weeks,
Champions League.
Yeah, that would be very, very difficult for Neymar to win the Ballon d'Or. If he does well in the World Cup, possibly winning it with Brazil. You might see Neymar winning the Ballon d'Or. Very difficult, obviously. World Cup with a great team, but if you want to win the Ballon d'Or, obviously you have to win collective titles as well.
Yeah.
And that comes as a Champions League. And I think if Neymar joins Real Madrid, a very good chance of winning the Champions League and then
The Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or, yeah. But I think Ronaldo will have to leave the team if Neymar was to come into that Real Madrid side.
How long do you think Ronaldo's got left at Real Madrid, mate?
Very difficult. Depends, because obviously now that new role he's undertaking, the striker role, it doesn't require as much stamina.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things. But Ronaldo is a great athlete. I reckon he's got a couple of years left still, and then I think he'll make his move to the MLS or possibly the Chinese league. But I think he's got a couple years, three years ahead of him still. Yeah.
Brilliant, Jorge. It's fantastic to have you on. Kickoff is in about 3 minutes, so I'm going to let you go. But massive thanks to Jorge for coming on, and he will be joining us in the future for Real Madrid, Barcelona games, and general games in across all competitions. So cheers, mate, for coming on, and I'll speak to you soon.
All right, thank you very much for having me.
No worries, mate. No worries. Thank you. Cheers. Massive props to Jorge. First time, obviously. He's one of my mates out here in Madrid, so I thought, I don't know. I know a bits and bobs about La Liga, but I'm not going to profess to be the master of it. I don't know everything about La Liga, so it's fantastic to get someone on who knows, slightly more than me about it. Hello, everyone. Haven't talked to you guys in the comments yet. Now I have the opportunity to. The teams are just walking out. I'll read you out the team lineups in a minute. We've touched on it slightly so far, but how's everyone doing? How is the picture? How is the obviously this is slightly grim, but in terms of the resolution, the quality, the lag, how is it? I messed around with my settings. I think I've got it all good. We might be streaming in 1080p. I'm not sure. Let me know. But the teams are coming out now. I'll read you out the lineups as I wait for your comments to get in. So in goal for Real Madrid is Keylor Navas. Obviously, Real Madrid fans in general and Real Madrid in terms of the board are, I think they're keen to get a replacement for Navas in. Whether that be De Gea, I'm not sure. Courtois has been linked to them heavily. But we'll see about that in the future. Ramos, Nacho as the two centre-backs, with Carvajal and Marcelo on either side of them. Casemiro, Kovacic as the two central midfielders with Asensio as left wing. Lucas Vázquez on the right wing. Ronaldo and Bale up front. So that obviously means that Benzema has been dropped. Bale comes back into it, which is fantastic for Real Madrid fans to see. Obviously, plagued with injuries throughout his career at Real Madrid. His first season was good and his second season wasn't too dodgy either. But recently, injuries have kept him out of the side for so long. And I was speaking to Jorge before this, and he obviously said, Bale has been doing fantastically in the Copa del Rey against teams like Fuenlabrada and other sides as well. So I think he thinks it's very good that today he's not thrown into the deep end, like he said on the call. He gets a chance to maybe bag a goal or two and get his confidence up. How is everyone? 1080p for me. Brilliant. Megan, how you doing? Karen Benzema, lol, says Nitai. Guys, like, share, and subscribe as per usual. Subscribe. We're on 22,268 subscribers. Can we get that to 22,300 today? That'd be fantastic if we could. The Blominator said, Jorge, if you guys did enjoy that, let me know. Fantastic. Obviously, it's his first call. As he does more, his confidence will grow. Bear with him. Obviously, he is Spanish, so English is his second language. So, massive props to him for coming on. But yeah, like as well, share as well. Obviously, this isn't the biggest of games, but from now on, me and Mark have decided that we want to do as many Real Madrid and Barcelona games as we can. And this is the start of that. This is Real Betis versus Real Madrid from now until the end of the season. We will be covering La Liga, essentially. We're going to start doing more regular watch-alongs, not just for the bigger games. Kickoff is imminent. Do I think United will beat Chelsea? That's a different story. But, yes, Fortune YT says, Betis 1-0 Madrid. Obviously, earlier on in the season, Betis did beat Real Madrid 1-0. So they've proven that they can beat them. They've proven that they can come out on top and be the giant killers, essentially. And like Jorge said, Real Madrid have been so inconsistent and irregular this season that it really wouldn't surprise me or him if they drop points today. Take a break, Sandra. Haha, banter. Sorry, I just get excited, mate. I get excited. Is a minute of silence, I think, for for someone. Forgive me. I don't know who it is. Forgive me. I'm a young lad. But there is a minute of silence. Obviously, if I did a minute of silence here, you guys would get very bored. Any updates from Mark? No, but I'll message him after this, Matthew. I'll message him after this, mate. Megan. Pancake says 3-1 Madrid. Obviously, they've got the quality and the ability to put goals past Betis, to defend and keep a clean sheet. But, like I said, they've been quite inconsistent this season, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare today. Mark, I got my previous predictions right for the PSG, Pancake. I'm not Mark, but we'll go with it. Vishnu says, Sander, would you replace Benzema with Kane or move Ronaldo to FC? What I'll do is, I'd leave Ronaldo in there. I think he's fantastic. I'd get rid of Benzema. I'd get rid of... I mean, this is sort of in a career mode way, but I'd get rid of Benzema and Bale, and I'd bring in Neymar and Mbappe. I think that'd be a fantastic business for Real Madrid and the sort of boost in confidence that they'd need. But we have kicked off, guys. Unfortunately, I spent the majority of my day trying to find a timer. I am operating on a Mac. I know Snaz is good for Windows. If you guys do know of any timers that I can use, if there's any techno geeks out there for you guys, let me know. I'm on Mac OBS, so but unfortunately I can't get one. If you guys do want to pause your TV and sync up with me, I understand I'm like a minute, 2 minutes behind you guys. That's just the nature of streaming on YouTube. I am 38 seconds, 39 seconds, 40 seconds, 41 seconds, 42, 43, 44 seconds. That's what I'm at. So if you guys want to pause your TV and sync up with me, 50 seconds at the moment. Betis have got the ball. They gave it away. Ronaldo flicks off to Asensio. So, I don't really watch that much La Liga. I watch the big games, obviously. El Clasico, the Madrid derby, big Champions League games with Spanish sides in them. But I've got to admit, this is going to be one of my first games where I probably watch it, where it's not a big head-to-head. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. A long ball up to Ronaldo there, but Betis win it back. Quite scrappy at the moment, guys. There's no real tempo to the game. Real Madrid just trying to get a foothold. Ball in behind here for Ronaldo. Keeper comes out and clears it. No offside flag. So it would have been very interesting to see what Ronaldo would have done if he got on the end of it. Let's just have a little look at this. He was offside. Whether the linesman was going to put his flag up or not, he did put his flag up. It was offside, sorry. And it is a free kick to Real Betis. Ewan Gordon, I'm not a Real Madrid fan, no. Despite popular belief, I'm not a Real Madrid fan. I'm a Man United supporter, I'll be honest. There we go. What's up, Sander, buddy? How you doing, Jared, mate? Good to see you. Look at this. Look at this. 1080p, no lag. Brilliant. I'm so happy with it. I sorted out my settings. Brilliant. Jared says he's not home yet, but he'll be back in 20 minutes. Jared, fantastic, mate. Obviously, Jared has called in quite a few times on That's Football. So, good, mate. Good. He's a good lad. Mark Bartra isn't starting because he plays for Dortmund, doesn't he? So Real Madrid running with the ball on the right-hand side here. They do get dispossessed. Real Betis have got the ball at the moment. I'm just going to refer to them as Betis and Real for you. Nice bit of skill there. Nice bit of skill there. Sitting a Real Madrid player down. Brilliant. That was brilliant. He's still getting up. Fantastic bit of play there by the Betis, Real Betis. Knocking it around. It's quite scrappy. Passes are going astray, if I'm honest. Neither team can get a foothold in the game. If I had to predict, I'd say Real Madrid have had more of the possession. But it's quite high intensity, high pressure, like Jorge said would happen. Betis have pushed them high up the field. Previously, in recent years, they've been a scrappy side, Betis, but with their new manager in place, they've become more of a technical side, passing the ball around, a bit Guardiola-esque, Jorge said. So, be interesting to see how they implement that today. Ronaldo on the ball in the box here. Puts a ball into the box, into the 6-yard area, but it does get cleared. Bartra is starting. Sorry, you're right. Bartra is starting, Jack Smith. You are correct. Bartra is starting for Betis. Yeah. I would have liked to seen a bit of forward movement there. I think Bale, so as Ronaldo put the ball into the box, Bale I think wanted it at the back post for a header, but he played it along the ground, Ronaldo, so I think he would have appreciated a bit of a forward run there by Gareth Bale. A ball goes in for the corner here, it gets cleared away. Betis trying to counter-attack, but they get dispossessed. It was actually a foul, and the first yellow card of the game has been dished out to who? I'm not sure yet, to Carvajal. The first yellow card in the 4th minute. We're 4 minutes, 23, 24, 25 seconds into the game. My prediction, all day YouTube, it's difficult. It's difficult. I'll be honest. I reckon it'll be 3-1 Real Madrid. I think coming off the back of that PSG, when they'll have confidence, they'll be confident to go into this game and get the 3 points. But, like Jorge said, you can never guarantee any results of Real Madrid this season simply because they've been poor. They've been poor and Betis have been good. They're in 9th. Nobody expected them to be there, as Jorge said. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. Bale's doing nothing. He's not done much at the moment, has he? He ran in behind there, but he didn't get on the ball. Bartra is starting. Jack Smith, you were correct. Bale only scores against United. Don't think he does, mate. I don't think he does. Get in your comments if you are, guys, watching the game, who you support. If we've got any Real Madrid fans in the comments, let me know. I doubt it, but if you are, let me know. We're trying to grow this community to make it more of a generic fan channel with, you know, a variety of fans getting involved. Obviously, it's quite predominantly Manchester United fans in the comments at the moment. But, yeah, if you're Real Madrid or even, you know, Real Betis fan, get in the comments, let me know and get involved. Six minutes into the game at the moment, Real Madrid knocking it about. Ball in over the top there into Ronaldo, but he was offside, didn't even attempt to get it. It goes out for a Betis throw-in. Zidane, it's going to be difficult, isn't it, for him? It's going to be difficult. Morning, Gary Rage. It's 9 o'clock over here in Spain, but morning to you, mate. Morning to you. All Day YouTube says he's a Barca fan. Brilliant. Brilliant to have you on. Jorge, obviously, that we had on before, is a Barca fan as well. Pankaj, Sani, you should go to the gym. Someone would really love it, and you know who. Oh, yeah, I should go to the gym, shouldn't I? Johnny Pierre says, Visca el Barça. I don't know Spanish, but that is probably saying something good about Barcelona. I mean, we've gone down 2 subscribers since we started this stream. How's that possible? Come on, we're streaming in 1080p for God's sake. Oh, mate, you don't know how happy I am that I sorted these settings out. Do I think it'll be a close game if Real Madrid lose? Do you think it's game over for Zidane, says Lucas. Lucas, I'll be honest with you, mate. I think Champions League is where it all rests for Zidane. I think if he can do well there and win it, then I think he stays in his job. He has to. If he gets to the semi-finals, I think he does as well. I think if they get knocked out by PSG in 2 weeks' time, I think at that point it's over for Real Madrid. There's no chance that they're going to get into they're going to win the league. As long as they get into the Champions League places, which I presume they will do, then Zidane, in terms of the league, is all right. Because if they were going to sack him, they already would have. Cross in there. Good play there by Asensio, running forward, puts a ball into the box, but the keeper claims it. Charles Hodgson says, a la Madrid. Vishnu says, Sandra, do you think Real Madrid will get Hazard and Neymar, or just one of them? I think they'll get Hazard, I think they'll get Kane, and I think that'll be their summer business. Odds and Sandra eating pizza during the match. Mate, I'm trying to resist, pal. FA Cup is realistic, Pankaj, for United, indeed. Real Madrid are going to lose because they usually are bad away, says All Day YouTube. I'm not sure about their away form. I don't follow it closely enough, but from now until the end of the season, I shall do. That is why, we have got Jorge from now until the end of the season. pre-game because he's going to let us know, give us that sort of La Liga insight. He's our Guillem Balaguer, that Spanish football expert, but slightly better. Jonia says, to be honest, I think Madrid can win, but Betis, I missed your comment, but Betis. How's everyone doing? Obviously, United Stand does go live in like 3 minutes, so I do expect a lot of you to go over there, but get involved if you're a Real Madrid fan or you just want to stay over here and watch the game with me. Then you're much welcome to. How many people have we got watching, guys? Let me know in the comments how many people we've got watching. Matthew McFadden, I'll take your word for it because you're reliable, mate. I don't viewing figures aren't going to be a lot today, and I don't expect there to be a lot of you watching, but the people that are, I massively appreciate it, and these are the sort of games that we're going to be doing just to get more of a foothold on La Liga, essentially, and other leagues as well. Real Madrid starting to dominate possession slightly here. Ball over the top by Marcelo into Bale. It gets headed out to Asensio. Asensio's on the ball. What can he do with it? He gets tackled. 10 minutes, 17, 18, 19 minutes into the game. That's 10 minutes, 21 seconds for you. Knocking it about here. Marcelo on the ball. As a left winger, as he usually plays. A ball out, headed, poor clearance on the edge of the box. What can they do with it? Vasquez. Ronaldo! Comes out. 1-0 to Real Madrid. Asensio with the header. And it's an early goal that will really, really give them a lot of confidence now. That's 10 minutes into the game, almost at 11. It was a shot by Ronaldo. The keeper saved it. He just parred it too far centrally. And Asensio was there on the end of it to put the ball into the back of the net with his head. So that's 1-0 to Real Madrid. There we go. Vasquez plays it into Ronaldo. Ronaldo shoots quite centrally. You couldn't catch it. He couldn't catch it. It was too close with too much speed. But the defenders don't react quick enough. It does come out to Asensio, and Asensio puts it in the back of the net with his head. That's 11 minutes, 21 seconds, 22, 23 seconds into the game as it stands. Everyone recognising that there is a goal. Fantastic. I have changed the score. Atmosphere was dead when Asensio scored. Obviously, in the Liga, the away support isn't fantastic. They don't go too far away. If I'm honest, it is quite poor. And in England, and in other countries and other leagues, you see away support is massive. They travel in numbers, but in Spain they don't tend to do it. The home support is fantastic, but they just don't tend to travel away too much. You don't understand how happy I am that we're streaming in 1080p. You do not get it. You just don't. Is the title gone for Madrid, just like United? Pancage is even worse, mate. It's even worse for Madrid. It really is. A ball goes into the box here. It's a Real Madrid corner, a header, but it does go wide. It was a poor header. It doesn't actually go out. It was going to go out for a throw-in, if anything, from Sergio Ramos it was. Betis on the ball here. It's the first bit of possession they've maintained. They play it wide. They switch the play over the pitch. What can they do with it? I think Betis need to, steady the ship a little bit. They're 1-0 down in the first 10 minutes. They're at home. They need to steady the ship, get the fans behind them, unnerve Real Madrid slightly, and from then on start attacking. Just steady the ship, like I said. Oh, it says 1-0 Betis. Sorry. There you go. Matthew McFadden. Betis on the ball here. What can they do with it? They're knocking it around. Quite nice bit of possession here. They're in the box. Can they put a ball in? They try to put a ball in. It pops out to the edge of the box. Nice little tiki-taka play here. Like Jorge said they would do. It takes a deflection. It has gone out for a Betis corner. I fixed the score now, guys. Sorry, Chad. Sorry, mate. Guys, get subscribing. We're 22,268 subscribers. We've got -1 subscriber today. So get subscribing. We're trying to hit 22,300 in this stream, which I doubt we'll do, but we'll go with it. Are you doing the Liga games now? We are doing Liga games. A corner goes in. It's popped out to the edge of the box. He shoots. Was that offside, potentially? No. It goes into Ronaldo. Ronaldo's got the ball. He cuts it back. Betis have got players back now. 14 minutes into the game. Real Madrid, comfortable possession. They're not pressing as high as I thought they would, or as Jorge thought they would. Who do I think will win the World Cup? Brazil. Brazil-France final. I'll fix the score now. Jorge for Sky Sports. Yeah, guys, did you like Jorge? If you don't, batter him. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that. He's my mate. So I think he's good. I think he knows a lot about La Liga. So I think we'll get him on more and more as we do more and more games. Obviously, on Tuesday, guys, is Barcelona. Barcelona versus Chelsea, or Chelsea versus Barcelona. Mark will be doing that. We will be covering that game on That's Football, but it will be Mark, Mr. Mark Goldbridge. So do stay tuned. Obviously, get subscribing, turn your notifications on for that. Marcelo here, he plays as a left winger, Marcelo. He's got the ball. He puts the ball into the box, but it gets blocked nicely. Betis can't seem to maintain any sort of possession for any length of time, really. Real Madrid on the ball again. That's that sort of that's what the big teams do, don't they? They suffocate you with possession and just slowly wear you down. It's knackering following the ball for 90 minutes, isn't it? So they'll slowly wear them down, wave after wave of possession, and I presume they're going to go on and win this game. That early goal is always key, isn't it? Gives you that confidence, and it causes the other side, the opposition, to really come out and expose himself, leave spaces in for you. And so I think Real Madrid will go on to win this game. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I want to do Chelsea-Barca as well, Chad. I did actually offer Mark to do it, but he says that he wants to do it. So there we go. Also, we're going to try and do a little bit more diverse shows. Obviously, we just do watch-alongs essentially at the moment. I want to do some more Skype shows. However, we're also potentially maybe doing a debate type show. Me and Mark will see how that goes, see how that progresses. But yeah, we're really now this year going to start and try and progress this channel and get more regular content. So do subscribe, do stay tuned, and get involved. Argentina will win, trust me. Obviously, Lucas, they didn't struggle to qualify, but there was a little bit of a wobble, losing to Nigeria 4-0, I think it was. But they've got a fantastic side, and if they don't get to the semi-finals at least, I think that's an outrageous, isn't it? With the likes of Messi, Aguero, Di Maria, etc. It's ridiculous. I want to do Chelsea-Barca, mate. I can't, unfortunately. Barca will win against Chelsea, says Johnny Pierre. Johnny Pierre, are you I presume you're a Barcelona fan? Brilliant to get you involved, mate. Fantastic. If you want to share the video and get some of your mates involved, whether you go to work, school, wherever you are, if you've got some mates that like football, get them involved, get them subscribing, and chance there for Betis. A cross in, and he tried to flick it on, but it did go wide. It is a Real Madrid goal kick. 17 minutes, 13 seconds into the game. Who's going to do Chelsea versus Barca? It will be Mark. Dybala, Higuain, exactly. Fantastic side. Marcus Rojo, he's a good player as well. You and Gordon, why do you keep commenting tea? Fruit tea. Interesting. Courtois, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Meunier, Jordan, Lukaku, Nainggolan, Kevin De Bruyne, Mertens, Hazard, Lukaku, which is potentially why you think Belgium are going to win the World Cup, I presume. Do you think Liverpool will be where they are now without Mo Salah? Of course not. When you've got a player that bangs in 30 goals for you in February, without him, you're no one. What I think Real struggled this season, Chad, it's difficult because I don't actually follow La Liga that closely. From now on, obviously, I will do. But it's difficult, so that's why I got Jorge on. And he said that the Real Madrid players they've let their ego get to them. They've almost won too much. They're too successful, and they've not been able to find that sort of hunger to win anything go again, which, the likes of Manchester United did do under Sir Alex Ferguson. So I think, that's essentially, maybe where they've gone wrong this season. It's difficult. I am in Spain. So it's a Betis corner here at the moment, about 19 minutes into the game. I'm shocked Madrid haven't bought anyone in January. France FRA after Wedow. I don't know what you're saying, mate, but we'll go with it. Betis on the ball. Real Madrid have got a fair few men behind the ball. I think just Bale and Ronaldo are in front of it. Knocking the ball about quite easily, as Jorge predicted they would do. Who scored? It was Asensio, Tom Shenton. It was Asensio. Pogba or Kroos? Pogba. Why are you never on United stand anymore, David? Well, Sophie and Flex do a great job this evening on the Sunday night shows. I am willing to do watch-alongs, but the only problem is that my TV actually runs through the Wi-Fi, and so I'm always maybe like 40 seconds behind the real-time TV, which means that my reaction is always, 40 seconds behind Mark's. I see the play 40 seconds behind Mark, so that causes some issues, but I'll try and get involved, mate. I'll try and get involved. Obviously, I do this as well, so yeah. Jeremy Smith, Chelsea versus Barca will be covered on this channel. Indeed, it won't actually be me, Jeremy. It will be Mark from the United Stand. You must know. You must know. If you don't, obviously he's a Manchester United fan. Good guy. Get subscribing and do join us for that on Tuesday. I saw, what was his name? Jonia subscribed, I think it was. A ball in there by Betis. It was a corner. It goes out for another Betis corner. Will Messi win the Ballon d'Or this season? Yeah, of course. Yeah, Bank Hedge, he will. He will. Another Betis corner here. 20 minutes into the game. 21 minutes, I should say, sorry. Ball goes into the box. Oh, they're up! Oh, that was a chance! That was a chance. They should have put that in the back of the net. It was a corner. The Betis players were up above the Real Madrid players, two of them, and the Real Madrid players just did enough, I think, just to nudge him and put him off target. But that should be a goal. That should definitely be a goal. Interesting. Chance there for Betis. Chance. Came for the Ballon d'Or, Nathan. That's not actually that silly of a comment. It really is not a silly comment. I think the way he's going about things is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And he's, I don't know how many goals he's got this season in the Premier League, but, obviously Ronaldo, when he won the Ballon d'Or when he was at Manchester United, he got 40 goals in total in all competitions. And I think if he was, Kane was to move to a more successful club in the Premier League, or Spurs were more successful, and he was to win maybe a Champions League or a Premier League, I think with the form he's in and the quality he's got, he would not be out of question. Definitely in the top three for me. I think he's been better than Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo will get into the top three of the Ballon d'Or just by his name. But if you look on his form, obviously Ballon d'Or's done from January to January. If you look at his form, why does he warrant a place in the top three of the Ballon d'Or? Doesn't. Johnny Pierre says, don't underestimate Betis. They gave Barcelona some problems. They beat Real Madrid earlier on in the season as well. So I'm not underestimating that whatsoever. I think they could definitely get something from this game, whether it be 1 or 3 points. But I just think with that early goal, Real Madrid, their confidence is going to be up. And Betis are going to be forced to come out, leaving spaces in behind for Real Madrid to exploit. But as ever, Real Madrid this season have been inconsistent, so it'll be interesting to see how the game does actually develop. If Spurs does well in Champions League, Kane might be in the top three. I think he deserves to be in the top three, if I'm honest. I think if he can win the FA Cup, obviously drawing to Rochdale today, win the FA Cup and maybe get into a quarter, semi-finals in the Champions League, and he can be the figurehead of that, which he no doubt will be if that does happen, I think you should definitely see him in the top three. I think the Ballon d'Or often is done on name. In the past few seasons, obviously, Real Madrid, Ronaldo and Messi have always been in there, and fair play. But I just think this season, if Ronaldo does get into that top three, I think it's purely done on what he's done in the past. I think that's wrong. I think his perform this season has not been good enough to warrant a spot in the top three of the Ballon d'Or. But we'll see how it goes. I think we've still got 8-9 months until the Ballon d'Or, so things could progress. A ball in here to Betis. It's 1 against 5. He does take a shot. Oh, that was dangerous. Keylor Navas was diving for it, but he just dragged it wide. So Betis showing good signs here that they're going forward. They're quite positive. Real Madrid, when they are backing off, they look dangerous. That defensive line there for Real Madrid wasn't straight, which allowed the Betis player to stay onside. So interesting. Betis are doing well. I think they're hanging in there. They should keep it at 1-0 and just keep it calm. Hazard for Ballon d'Or is one, Jeremy, that I do not agree with. I think he's too inconsistent. I think, Harry Kane does it on a regular basis. He gets brought on today and he scores. There's no doubt about it. When Hazard gets brought on, he's a fantastic player, but he just doesn't do it regularly enough. He goes missing too often for me. Suzlayman, hello to you. What are you talking about? CR7 has been on fire in 2018. Not to his previous standards, though. Not to his previous standards. "25 minutes into the game now. It's getting quite scrappy. Foul here for Betis. Around, maybe like 50 yards out, so not in shooting distance whatsoever. But it'd be good to get men forward, maybe get men in the box, put a ball in there. And, they had that chance from a header just maybe, 5-6 minutes ago. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do now with this potential header. Was Neymar going to PSG a good move for him, or should he have gone to a different league, e.g. the Prem? I think it was good for him to leave Barcelona. I don't know if you can win the Ballon d'Or when in Liga, and I don't think he's a strong enough side. I think you really need to prove I think you really need to prove your worth in something like the Premier League or Real Madrid or even Bundesliga. I just don't think Liga is good enough. If you're tearing it up in Liga, well done, mate. Well done. Do you know what I mean? You're still a fantastic player, but, Oh my God! Jesus Christ! I said it wasn't in shooting range, but obviously I didn't know that they had that player in their side, because he put it in the top left-hand corner, and it was very, very close. He had Keylor Navas stretching. It was dangerous. He had to make a save, and it was a good one at that. It goes out for a corner here for Betis, 26 minutes in. They're doing well, Betis. They're coming back into it. They're showing good signs. A ball goes in here. It's a bit overcooked, if I'm honest. A good touch, but Marcelo wins it back. He dives. Sorry. Yeah, that's a dive. Get up, mate. That's a dive. Do not even claim that's a foul. I haven't seen the replays, obviously, but that looks like a dive. Pancake says there's only 40 watching. Yeah, I sort of predicted that. I didn't presume that there were going to be a lot of viewers today. Obviously, it is only Real Betis versus Real Madrid. But that's the nature of the beast. That's what we're going to have to do, and hopefully over time we'll progress and people will join the That's Football army and get more involved. Marcus, Spurs fan, he's not, but okay. I think Betis is going to score, says Jonier Pierre. Yeah, I do indeed, actually. I do actually as well. I think they're going to score. Oh, there's a chance there. It was a free header for Betis. It was just a little bit too high. He just got caught under it. He couldn't direct it on target. But again, open space there. Open space. Something that we've seen Real Madrid defend quite poorly against PSG. That's how they got their goal, wasn't it? It was Rabiot. Left open, completely open, and had a free shot on goal. Just then, the Betis player had a free header on. He could have put it on target, but the ball just wasn't quite good enough into him. Betis are getting quite comfortable. They are indeed. Jonier is making some very good points here. Thank you for getting involved, Jonier. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you a new subscriber? If you are, brilliant to have you on board, mate. I like your interaction. Get sharing the video. Get your mates involved. Subscribe if you're new, guys, as well. Drop a like on the video. These watch-alongs tend to get a lot of dislikes because people think that we're going to show the game, despite watch-along being in the title. So show a bit of support, counteract that negativity by dropping a like on the video, subscribing and sharing as per usual. Pancake, unfortunately you can't call me mate because whilst I'm watching the game, it's very difficult for me to have someone on Skype. My Wi-Fi isn't quite good enough for that. I said it was a dive. It was a dive. Okay, right. I was sort of right. He's pulled up. He's pulled his hamstring. Marcelo is coming off now. He pulled his hamstring, and he's coming off now. A substitution has been made. It wasn't, yeah. So it sort of was a dive, but, I mean, yeah. Theo Hernandez has come on for Marcelo. There you go, guys. Do international games like a World Cup and European Cup gets counted for Ballon d'Or? Oh, do international games like World Cup and... yeah, I think so, yeah. Because it's the FIFA World Cup, isn't it? And it's FIFA Ballon d'Or, so yes, it does. Serious question, why do you think Real Madrid have been so poor this season? Lucas, I've answered that a few times, but just quickly, I'm going to take Jorge's answer here in that the Real Madrid players don't have the desire to win anymore. They've won too much, and that shows something about them as players, that they don't have it in them to continue going, and it's something that's very difficult to do. That's why you don't see teams consecutively win league titles apart from PSG, because there's no one else to win it. So, there you go. Neki Collis said that it's obvious Real Madrid are going to win, but I don't know about that. Real Betis are dominating the possession here. They've had a few good chances, a few open headers here and there, and a fantastic free kick as well. So I don't think it's obvious. I think on paper, obviously, Real Madrid have got the superior players, but by no means are Betis out of this whatsoever. I mean, they're ninth in their league, and they're doing very well this season. I think you can't count them out. Then Kane has no chance with England. But you don't have to win the World Cup to win the Ballon d'Or. So, oh, bloody hell. Griezmann is very likely to go to Barca. Yeah, before Sanchez moved to United, I would have sent Griezmann to United. It was a done deal. But obviously, Sanchez has moved. This number 7 has been taken, and I just don't think Griezmann to United is going to happen. Good play here by Betis. They're progressing forward. That Real Madrid defence looks quite shabby. Looks quite unorganised. Lovely little bit of play here. That's a foul, referee. No, he's let it play on. Betis knocking the ball around quite comfortably here. I think Real Madrid look in trouble if they don't get a foothold in the game. Before half time, I think they could go one down or equalise. Sorry, I should say. I think they'd be happy with it at 1-0 at half time. I'll be honest. We're 31 minutes 42 seconds into the game as it stands. Ronaldo trying to interlink there with Isco, I think it was. No, Asensio, sorry, Isco's not playing, obviously. But it didn't quite come off, and Betis regain possession. Foul there for Real Betis. They're pressing here. They're doing well. I think you really could see them score. Well, they're threatening. Put it that way. They're threatening. Real Madrid look a little bit shabby. They look unorganised. They don't, in the last 10 minutes, maybe they don't look like they're able to keep possession of the ball for any length of time. And Betis they're threatening. We're just seeing that goal back by Asensio. It was poor, I'll be honest. It was poor defending from Betis. It was a little bit unlucky that the ball fell to Asensio, but it was poor that the defenders didn't pick Asensio up. 32 minutes, 44 seconds into the game. A ball is about to go into the box here from a wide position, from a free kick. A ball into the box. It gets headed out, gets cleared quite well. They win it back. Can he keep it on? They do win it. Another cross goes into the box. A header up! 1-1! I told you, Real Betis looked threatening. And Real Madrid have now been equalised by Real Betis. It's 1-1, 33 minutes into the game. And that is not lucky. That is not a smash and grab. That's justified. The Real Betis have been very good in the last 10, 15 minutes or so. Real Madrid's goal had an element of luck to it. They haven't been fantastic. I think Real Betis have been the more threatening side this half. And, we've still got, 10 minutes, 15 minutes left of the first half. But if it stays like this, they go into the changing rooms at 1-1. And I think it's going to be a very interesting second half. Just talking through for the goal. He just leaps higher. I think he just wants it more. The ball goes into the box from a wide position there. And he just leaps higher. He wants the ball more than the Real Madrid defender, and he puts it in the back of the net. Nothing Keylor Navas could do about it. It was too close. Ronaldo, not happy with that whatsoever. It was poor defending. And 34 minutes is 1-1, Real Madrid, Real Betis. So it's interesting. I'll just change the scoreline here. Interesting. It's a good game so far, I'll be honest. I didn't think it would be a fantastic game, but no, I've sat through some absolute stinkers on Match Football, and this isn't one of them. It's a good game. See if Mark tweet is. When you're down and out, feeling small. Marcelo shaking his head. Obviously, he has been subbed off through injury, hamstring, I think it was. I don't know how long it'll keep him out for, but obviously they have got PSG second leg coming up soon, and that will be crucial. He'll be crucial to that. If he's not there, he'll be a big miss. Teo Hernandez on the ball at the moment. He puts a ball in for Real Madrid. It does get deflected and goes out for a Real Madrid corner. I'll get to you guys in a minute. I just need to tweet the link out. Only 37 of you watching. Believe me, Real Madrid will not go through in the UEFA Champions League. Corner there, good header, free header by Sergio Ramos, but it was quite a comfortable save from the Betis keeper. Yeah, just quickly on your thing about the Champions League, I think they're going to be very, very hungry to. Oh, they've run the ball back high here, Real Madrid. Real Madrid, Ronaldo offside. That was poor. That was very, very poor. But they're going to be hungry to do well in the Champions League, obviously. Not obviously with no chance of winning the league this season. I think they're going to be hungry to do well in the Champions League. And Zidane's managerial position at Real Madrid rests on it, I believe. I'm just tweeting out the link, guys. When tears are in. Betis on the counter-attack here. They play it wide. Shoot! Shoot! 2-2! Betis! 2-2 have scored! This is brilliant! Fantastic stuff! Fantastic stuff! Brilliant! I can't believe that. I was trying to tweet the bloody link out and it's 2-1. 2-1 Betis. 37 minutes into the game. Let me just correct the score for you just now. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. I can't believe that. Let's just see it here. The counter-attack. Real Madrid's defence is all over the place. What is that midfield doing? The right back is actually non-existent. He plays it wide. The keeper, oh, that is dreadful. The keeper saves it, but it sort of goes under him, but it wasn't going to go in. And it comes off the Real Madrid player. I'd say that's an own goal. Unbelievable. Shit. Can't believe that. 38 minutes in. And, wow, get your reaction in the comments. What do you think now? People saying that it was very obvious that Real Madrid were going to win this. And, well, it looks in doubt, if I'm honest. It looks in doubt. Chad, who's winning, Man United or Chelsea? Forget that. 2-1. Betis, haha, yes. I tell you what, obviously I go to school in Madrid, sixth form I go to. And I'll be giving the lads some absolute pounding, not in that way. Not in that way. I'll be giving them banter tomorrow, put it that way, because the majority of them are Real Madrid fans. Betis' fortune at YT. Real Madrid needs lots of changes. Zidane, mate, it's difficult. They've got a fantastic side out there. Ronaldo, Bale, Asensio, Vasquez. It's ridiculous how they're but losing in this game is beyond me. But ball goes in the box here for Real Madrid. But Betis regained possession. Saying that, they just lost it. Real Madrid corner. Just imagine if Real Madrid versus Barcelona might win 5-0. 7-0 Barca. Is it 7... what? Madrid is overrated. Barcelona are real, guys. Well, clearly, because they're first in the La Liga. However, look, this is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. But the thing is, it's not been unlucky. I tell you what. I'll be honest with you. That second goal had a lot of luck in it. It was an own goal. But regardless, you know, it's not been a sort of smash and grab, sit back part of the bus, see how it goes. Betis have played well. They've looked threatening when they're going forward. Real Madrid's defense. What I must comment on. Let me know what you guys think the two goals are down to if you are watching the game. It is on Sky Sports main events for any of you that do live in England. Look, I think that Real Madrid, their midfield and defences look so shabby. So ridiculously shabby. It's all over the place. There's no real structure to it. They all followed the ball, leaving 2 or 3 players, Betis players, out on the left-hand side for them to easily be slipped in. Yes, the goal had an element of luck to it. But Betis, to answer Chad's question, they do deserve it. 100%. 100%. Jared, if you want to come on for Jared, if you're watching it, come on for half-time, mate. Chad, turn it on, mate. It's fantastic. It's an intense game. You guys know as well as I do that I've sat through some absolute stinkers on That's Football, but this is definitely not one of them. A shot there by Ronaldo. Good bit of play to get a little bit of space there. It was a good shot off his left foot, straight at the keeper though, but it was so powerful the keeper couldn't hold it. A beautiful little step over there to gain him some space to get the shot off, and that's the thing. I like that. That the fact that Ronaldo has done a step over, gained a bit of space and shot. That's effective. When he stands there in front of his player and does his step overs for no real reason, turns behind him and plays it to the bloody left back, pointless. Pointless. I hate that, but that was effective. Betis lose the ball here. They need to... Big tackle there by Betis. A good one, though. They need to maintain... They need to get into half-time 2-1 up. They're 41 minutes into it. Madrid poor this season. They have been very poor. Somos Muy de Football TV says Jorge predicted right. I know as well as you do that is Jorge's channel. So, there you go, mate. Guys, if you do guys want to subscribe to Jorge, I don't know how much content he is doing over on his channel, but it is Somos Muy de Football TV. It is in Spanish, though. Unfortunately, yeah. Sunday on phone for this one. Next watch-along, I'm there. Understood, mate, understood. Jorge, if you're watching, mate, do you want to come on for half-time? If you want to come on for half-time, Jorge, let me know. Just get in the comments. I'll message you as well, but... Chad, have you turned it on, mate? Because this is a bloody blinder. Who will replace Zidane when he's sacked? There have been rumours that Pochettino was going to potentially replace Zidane. He's not won anything though, unfortunately, for Real Madrid fans. Ronaldo makes no sense. He lost his love for football when he left Manchester United. I don't think that's true. I think he's not lost his love for football. I just think he's just aging. He's 33. Who's the Real Betis? What's the Real Betis stadium like? It looks nice. The pitch looks nice. I don't think it's that big, if I'm honest, but it does look nice. It does look nice. So, since Benzema is a big debate, are you a fan of him or not? I'm not a fan of him. I don't think, as a Real Madrid striker, you need to be banging goals for fun. I understand that Ronaldo is there to do that, but as Real Madrid fans, you'd expect better, wouldn't you? I don't think he's good enough. I think over the seasons he's done a lot of the dog work, a lot of the pressing, the movement to allow the space for Bale and Ronaldo. But you still need to contribute with regular goals, and he's not doing that, is he? He's not doing it. Sam Allardyce should get the Real Madrid job, yeah. Asian Gamer, it is 2-1, it is 2-1. Guys, if you are joining from the United Stand, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Obviously, this is the first of the sort of La Liga series that we're going to be doing on this channel. We're going to cover all the Real Madrid and Barcelona games that we can actually physically do. Obviously, at times, we're just not available. But we will try, me and Mark together, will try and cover as many La Liga games as possible. This is the start of that. Obviously, we're going to try and do more regular content, including debates between me and Mark, potentially, on generic football topics. I'm going to try and maybe do a few more Skype call-ins and general topic ideas. If you guys do like to see the pre-recorded content, I did do once or twice around New Year's time. I don't know if you guys remember that, the top 10 type videos. If you like that, let me know. We can try and start that up again. So, let me know what sort of content you guys do like and want to see on the channel, but we will be hitting you with more regular content. That is a deal I can promise you. Would any club take Ronaldo at the moment? I think 100%. I think, United, for what you'd have to pay for him, I wouldn't take him. But I'd take Ronaldo. He's an experienced bloke. He still scores goals, as we saw midweek against PSG. He scores goals at the highest level. Yes, they were relatively easy goals, a penalty, and I can't remember quite what the other one was. But still scores goals, doesn't he? He won the game for him, and at the end of the day, that's it. Who's the bigger club, Man United or Real Madrid? Sard. Yeah, that's a good one, to be fair. We are 45 minutes, 43 seconds, 44, 45, 46, 47. So it'll be half-time any minute. Jorge's got 21 subscribers. Obviously, he doesn't do a lot of content on there. But the money and fame and the idea of always being shortlisted for the Ballon d'Or has got to Ronaldo, and so he doesn't show up in smaller games. I don't understand how you can score 50 goals a season if you don't show up in all the games, but I disagree with you, if I'm honest, mate. I disagree with you. I just think this season this season he's been poor. I think his momentum was stunted at the beginning of the season with that 5-match ban he got for pushing the referee. Real Madrid in general haven't been very good. I think he's aging. He's lost that yard of pace, maybe even 2 yards. He's not as quick as he used to be. He's not as sharp as he used to be, and that's to be expected. You can't go on forever. He is still fit. He does still score goals, but for the amount that you'd have to pay for him to bring him to the likes of Manchester United or PSG, I don't think he's worth it. I think he's probably worth maybe 80, 90 mil at the moment. Johnny is going to take a bath and he's going to be right back. Brilliant, mate. Fantastic. It is half-time for people that don't know. Obviously, I'm going to be chatting to you slightly more often during this half. Why being Madrid so poor this season? Have the players stopped playing for Zidane? I think they've just stopped playing. It's not necessarily to do with Zidane. It's just that they've won so much that they can't motivate themselves to win and go out there against, for example, Real Betis away and put in a fantastic performance. They just don't have the motivation to do it. I'm not saying that's right, and that's sort of mercenary-esque. And that's why massive props have to go to the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson and the Manchester United sides under him, because year after year they brought themselves back up and won the league more often than not. And then that's so hard to do, and that's so and rare to do. You don't see sides win consecutive league titles and Champions Leagues because it's so difficult to maintain that motivation, which Real Madrid and their players have clearly lost this season. Yeah, Asensio scored. It was Asensio, and then for the 2 Betis players, I'm not sure. Let's read a few stats out for you off my mobile telephone communication device. That's what I call it. It's weird. Yeah, Real Madrid have been EMH Gaming comments saying Real Madrid have been scoring, just conceding sloppy goals. That is true. Obviously today we've seen that, haven't we? We saw they scored. They didn't look too threatening. They didn't have too much of the ball, but they weren't. I'll be honest, they weren't fantastic going forward, but they weren't awful. They weren't dreadful. but they just conceded. They're so sloppy at the back and in midfield. It seems like it's almost schoolboy. They just run towards the ball and concentrate on the ball and not concentrate on what's behind them or around them. We saw that against PSG midweek. That's how Rabiot scored his goal. He was just left in acres of space because they were just concentrating on the ball and ran towards it, leaving him yards and yards of space. That's what happened today again for the second goal. They ran towards the ball. The midfielders, the centre-backs, the right-back ran towards the ball, leaving so much space on Betis' left-hand side for them to go in, slot him in, and yes, the final finish had a bit of luck, but that disorganisation was still there, and it's so clear to see now. I'm watching Real Madrid more regularly. I'm going to read you a few match stats for you guys, just so you can get a sort of idea. Obviously, for the stat lovers out there, here you go. Betis have had 53% possession, as opposed to Real Madrid's 47. They've had 9 shots on target, as opposed to Real Madrid's 5. Real Madrid, however, have had 4 on target compared to Betis' 3. Betis have had 3 clear-cut chances, as opposed to Real Madrid's 0. So look, there you go. That just shows you that they're so much better. The Real Madrid have really not been fantastic today, if I'm honest. Sunday, is Bale on 100 mil for Hazard a better deal for Real or Chelsea? I think that's an equal deal. I'm honest. I don't think either side there is getting a better side of the deal. I think potentially Chelsea edge that slightly, because if Bale can maintain some fitness, maintain an element of fitness and not get injured and regain some form. He's done it in the Premier League, and I'm sure he could do it again. So if that was the case, and he was to hit form, and he was to start scoring goals and play on that left-hand side as he did for Spurs, I think you could see a very, very, very dangerous Bale. And in that case, Bale on 100 mil would be an absolute steal for Chelsea. But that's a massive if. That's a massive if, because in the last few seasons we've seen Bale at Real Madrid and he's not been able to stay fit. He's not been able to put in the performances that a world record at the time signing is expected to do. So it's a massive if. I think Hazard is a bit inconsistent, but again, against the likes of Celta Vigo and other lower La Liga teams, I think it'll be easier for him, and I think he'll be able to stat pad as I think. I'll be honest. I think Ronaldo has done. In La Liga for so many years now. Sonny, you're a top waffler. I know, mate. I know. That's basically, if you want to do anything, I think I talk sense from now and again, but I do waffle a little bit, don't I? Poch is going nowhere, says Nathan. Obviously, Nathan, I believe you're a Spurs fan. I think I can see your logo is a Spurs, what is it? Bird? The match will end 2-3 at Real. Well, we'll be here to see that. Wagwan boys went to the shop for a Terry's chocolate orange. Did you? Heck, mate. You went and watched the United stand. I think they're still going. I think there's about 20 minutes left of that show. What is Hamish on about? Hi, Robert. Thanks for the TT. You are not in the morning. Pop, pop, pop. What is he on about? Robert. I mean, Hamish. You all right, pal? Obviously on 22,275 subscribers, so if you are a new viewer or just haven't hit the subscribe button yet, do hit subscribe, turn your notifications on. We are going to be doing a lot more watch-alongs in the future, one being Barcelona versus Chelsea on Tuesday. It won't be me, it'll be Mark, but it will still be as good, if not better. So do get subscribed and drop a like on the video, share as per usual, and get involved. Sana, that's a joke if true. They get paid so much money. Just because you keep winning doesn't give you the right to stop. I play for Madrid for 10 quid a week. Yeah, that's true, Jamie. That's from Jamie. But you can get paid as much money as you want, and you can play for the best team in the world, winning 2 Champions Leagues and all you want. But at the end of the day, there's that famous saying, isn't it? It's difficult to get out of bed when you're sleeping in silk sheets. And I think that's the sort of the situation the Real Madrid players are in. I think we're getting a little bit of lag. I don't know if that's the case. If that is the case, I do apologise. Is that the case? We've had good quality up to this point. I hope there's no lag. Do you play for a Sander? Don't know what that means at EMH. Ronaldo still has it in his locker. He does, and that's what we saw against PSG midweek. That's from Hassan. He still scores goals, and he's still a threat. But he just doesn't do it regularly enough. He doesn't do it regularly enough. And also, with Ronaldo in previous years, we've seen that dynamic winger with unbelievable amounts of pace, beating men for fun. He's not that player anymore. He's more a fox in the box. We saw that. He scored a penalty, and then I think it was a tap-in the other day against PSG. That's the sort of player he is now. We've got to get adjusted to that. No lag? Okay, well, I thought we were getting a little bit, David, but hopefully it's good enough for you. Real Madrid are suffering from success syndrome, says Matthew McFadden. They've won everything and they seem like they've lost the desire to help them retain the titles. Exactly what me and Jorge have been saying. Exactly, that's word for word. You've hit the nail on the head, I think. I don't think it's down to poor tactics from Zidane or lack of quality by any stretch of the imagination. I just think it's down to, like Matthew McFadden and Jorge and I have said throughout the stream, a lack of desire to win now. Matthew McFadden says there's about half a second audio to video lag. Sound is slightly ahead. Sorry about that. I do apologise. I hope it doesn't put you guys off too much. We're going to have to put up with it. Obviously, my settings are a little bit skew with. I thought I sort of corrected them. Obviously, this is the first time streaming in 1080p. We've never done that before. As you guys know, that these streams have all obviously been quite bad quality in terms of the resolution. Sometimes streaming in the likes of 270 or 480, I think it is. We're doing it in 1080, so that's a big stretch for us. Obviously, it is a work in progress, and I will try to improve that as the time goes on. But deal with it. And trust me, guys, it's frustrating for me because I just want to put out the best content I can. I hate the lag. It puts me off. It puts you guys off, and it hinders the quality of the stream, not only visually, but just the general quality of it. So, yeah. It's not all the time, the lag, just occasionally. Okay, no worries. That's a little bit worrying. Okay, that's good. I'm going to quickly pop to the toilet. I'll be 1 minute. Kickoff is any second now. Obviously, get interacting in the comments. I'll be 1 minute. See you back in a minute. Oh, I haven't put it under the green screen. Oops. I forgot to put it under the green screen. Don't worry, it's a real studio. It's a real studio. Tut Sander, you should know that every presenter uses the exercise ball. What's the exercise ball? That Joe Hart has hit it on the nail on the head there. I've got a bad back, so I need 2 chairs. That's why it's not fake. It's just that I need 2 chairs to support my back. It's not true, but we'll go with it. I do actually have a bad back though. That is true. Kickoff should be any minute now. If you guys haven't already, follow That's Football on Twitter. It's just That's Football. That's Football Fan TV, I think it is. No, That's Football TV on Twitter is the handle. So close to 1,000 followers on there. So do get subscribing to get all the live notifications on when we shall be going live. And just general bit of banter on there as well. Sunday, you are a mix of Ramos or Bale's offspring. I've heard Bale. What else have I heard? I heard other stuff as well. I can't remember what that is. We all know the chair as well. Obviously that's real. Duh. Future replacement for Benzema, as Ronaldo is playing as a striker, and due to Benzema's poor form and Ronaldo's old age, I think that a striker is needed. However, I feel that Real are crying out for a left wing, says Hassan, which is why I bring in Harry Kane and Neymar. If the Neymar rumours are to be believed, then that'd be absolutely fantastic signing for Real Madrid. Not only that, but Harry Kane has been heavily linked to Real Madrid as well. So that would fit your description perfectly. A left winger and a striker in Harry Kane and Neymar. There you go. That's what I'd do. Mad Mwaz says, "Where's Mark?" Mark is over on the United Stand doing the Sunday Night Live show. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, then you won't know that I do a lot of the content on here as well, doing watch-alongs, etc. So do get subscribing. Do support the channel as well. I try to do my best. Obviously, I know I'm not Mark. He's been doing it for a long time. I haven't, but I'll do my best. The chair is female. That's what it is. Harry Kane isn't going to Madrid. I don't think he'll go to Madrid, but I think that'd be fantastic business if he was to go to Madrid for Real Madrid. Suleiman, I think you asked me that last time. Don't know who Spencer Owen is. Yeah, I do know. I do know who that is, yeah. Imagine Madrid getting Kane, David De Gea and Neymar in summer. The world will go mad. And that would be a perfect way to respond to the dreadful season that they have had. Will they do it? I don't think so. I don't think David De Gea is going anywhere. Touch wood. I might have just jinxed that. But I don't think Harry Kane will leave. And I don't think Neymar will go to Real Madrid either. So, look, there we go. But we've seen madder things happen. We've seen Neymar go to PSG for 222 million. We've seen Alexis Sanchez go to Manchester United for free. So, look, anything can happen. That's football. Hence the name of the show. Have I been watching the Winter Olympics? Just the curling, mate. Just the curling. So, the lag is on YouTube, and it's been like that a lot today, says Jamie. Brilliant. I thought, to be honest, I do think I was getting a little bit of lag my end as well, but we'll go with it. It is 2-1. Kickoff is imminent for the second half. It should be very, very interesting. Real Madrid have to respond. They really, really do. They're 2-1 down away against Real Betis, and it's unacceptable from a Real Madrid fan's point of view. Not mine, just a Real Madrid fan's point of view. Like a bridge over troubled water. We've kicked off. Sorry about that. We've kicked off. We are 10, 11, 12 seconds into the second half, I should say, sorry. And it's very interesting. Aaron Stone says he's back. What do Man United need to get signed to replace Carrick? We've been linked with Seri. Obviously, I think he's too short, and he's got that skin condition where he can't deal with cold weather. So I think that'd be an odd one. But I think it's up to Mourinho to solve that. Well, that's annoying. My TV's being weird, but we'll go with it. What's Real doing? I'm no laggy. What's Real doing? Real have been poor today. They really have been. I think they deserve to be one behind. They've been the inferior side. What the bloody hell is that not working? Getting a little bit of lag from my TV. Obviously, that's what my TV runs through. It runs through Wi-Fi, so I'm getting a bit of lag. I'll just switch my phone off just to help the Wi-Fi out. But we are 46 minutes, 12 seconds into the game. Why the bloody hell? Right, you know what? There we go, sorted it. Full-time score predictions is very difficult. Obviously, before the game, I think I said 2-1 Real Madrid. That's now impossible. Obviously, Betis leading 2-1. If I'm honest, I think Betis are definitely going to get points. So I either see a draw or a win for Real Betis. And it would not surprise me at all if they get the 3 points today. I think Real Madrid have looked poor. They've looked unorganised. They've looked devoid of ideas going forward. And Betis have looked very, very threatening. They've defended well-ish. And when they've gone forward and counter-attack, they've looked very, very good. So it's going to be a difficult one. It's a difficult one to call. Like Jorge said before the game, both teams, Betis are doing fantastically this season. Real Madrid have been very inconsistent. You don't know which one's going to turn up. So it's difficult to call. What do you think? No Modric or Kroos. I think Kroos has got a suspension. I don't know about Modric, whether he's injured or not. But Kroos has got a suspension, hence why he's not playing. It's Casemiro and someone else. Jorginho or Weigl to replace Carrick. I like Weigl. a lot. I do. A ball in the back, over the top here for Betis. What can they do with it? They've got the ball. They're in the box. They've got men forward. He shoots just over the bar. But once again, there's space for him to lay it off and shoot. There's space. Real Madrid have not been pressuring. Their defence isn't secure enough. It's not organised enough as far as I'm concerned. They counter-attack here, Real Betis. They play it wide. The left back steps out. It's played in behind. The centre defensive midfielder there, that is absolutely criminal. That is criminal. He's jogging back when the Real Betis player is just on the edge of the box and he allows him to get a shot off. That's criminal, that is. But Real Madrid go forward here, 48 minutes into the game. Where is Isco? I don't think he's playing. Might do, actually. I can't remember. I'll turn my phone off. Let me know if he's playing, you guys. Lucas, Betis did win last time out. They did indeed, yeah. Fabinho from Monaco to replace Carrick would be fantastic. Jamie, I 100% agree with you. I really, really hoped that we would get him the summer just gone. Obviously, we've got Matic instead. But what I would say in terms of, just quickly, there's a foul here. A yellow card getting dished out as well. But what I will say is, with Carrick leaving Manchester United, I think United now, with Carrick in the side, need another midfielder. So when Carrick leaves or becomes a coach, they need two. That's what I think. Junior has, the guy who scored, I believe it was, has been booked, yellow card. It was a foul on Casemiro. It was poor. I'll tell you what, that was close to a red. I think that's a red card. I think that's a red card. At one point, he's got 2 feet off the floor. He doesn't stretch his legs out, but he's got 2 feet off the floor. I mean, he's not in control. It was in from behind. It was a poor challenge, nowhere near the ball, and that's a yellow card. I think that's right, but it's bordering on red, if I'm honest. Asensio to put the ball into the box here. If Barca played Man City in Champions League final, who will win? What's going on there? Players with their hands up. I couldn't see it, but it was a ball into the box 49 minutes into the game. I think they were just calling for offside, weren't they? Who was on it? That wasn't offside. I think they were onside. There was one man playing them onside. Betis players appealing for offside, but I think the linesman got the right decision there. Bang, 2-2. Bloody hell. Who was that? It was Sergio Ramos with a header. You expect none less from Sergio Ramos, don't you? Like he's absolutely fantastic at defending and going forward. He's a threat from corners as well. 2-2, game on. It was a good corner. Is it poor defending there? I just think that's a fantastic header. It really is a fantastic header. He's quite far out. He's got the power with the neck. He's directed it. Should the keeper do better there? It is in his line of sight, but it does come at him so quickly. But it's 2-2, 50 minutes in. Ramos scored. Interesting. It's game on, like I said. Would I like Vidal to replace Carrick? No, I'd like to get, I think Vidal's too old. I'd like to get, and he's got a dodgy knee, I'd like to get Jorginho or Weigl or both, or Fabinho and Weigl, that sort of thing. Betis on the ball at the moment. They're attacking. That ball was a little bit overplayed, wasn't it? That's a corner. That's a corner. Ref, that's a corner, not a goal kick. Whereas Modric is not playing. Ramos is a cheat, but a great defender. Remember him in the Champions League final versus Juventus. Jamie, he is, but that's the dark side of the game, isn't it? It's the dark arts. And if he plays for your side, if you're a Real Madrid fan in that situation, or he plays for whoever you support, and he does that in the Champions League final, and you go on to win the game, you're not complaining, are you? He's a sort of player like a Jose Mourinho. He's a controversial player where if he plays for your side, you bloody love him. If he doesn't, you hate him. I'm 17. Exactly, Joe Hart. He's 29. He wouldn't be a long-term replacement, precisely. Carvajal on the ball at the moment. Just knocking it around Real Madrid. My back's doing my back in. He's hurting a lot, I'll be honest. Teo Hernandez on the ball. What's he going to do? He looks like he wants to put a ball into the box. He doesn't. He plays it back. They're knocking it around here. I feel, Casemiro on the ball now. They're spreading it behind their back lines just to try and open Betis up a little bit. Wait for an opening. And Betis could have counter-attacked there, but they give the ball away. Trying to slip Ronaldo in there, Carvajal, but he couldn't quite slip him in. It was a good interception. Betis need to get a foothold of the game again. That's one thing that they did so well in the first half. They had 53% of the possession in the first half. They were dominating the game. Whereas Real Madrid now are starting to get a foothold. Real Betis are starting to get men behind the ball, starting to slot into that more defensive, part of the bus style of play, which is not going to be good for Betis. One thing that teams do so often is once they go up, they tend to sit back, don't they? And you shouldn't do that. In these situations, the best form of defence is offence. It's actually a 53,000 person attendance today in the Betis Stadium, so it's not small. It's not small. Do I think Real Madrid lose today? They'll put all their eggs into the Champions League and play kids in the league. Nah, look, I'll be honest, they're already put all in their eggs in the Champions League as it stands. I think when you're losing with your first team in the league, you can't then go and put kids in it. You know what I mean? If you're winning and you're all right, you don't want it to get embarrassing. They're fourth of it as it stands. I think they're 6 points off fifth. If you slot into that fifth, remember they've got to get a Champions League spot as well. I doubt they'll win the Champions League this season. They've got to get top four as well. I think it's the top four or top three. So switch it. Carvajal on the box on the right hand side here. He cuts it back to Vasquez. Vasquez cuts it back to Ronaldo. Ronaldo tries to shoot, but it gets blocked. Good block there. Right, Betis have got the ball at the moment. Can they counter-attack? He plays it into the forward. Tries to hold it up, but he gets tackled. The referee gives the foul, and he pulls the yellow card out for Sergio Ramos. More attendance than City, exactly. Are Madrid's problems at the defence or the goalkeeper? I think both. I think also their midfield. I think on paper, they've got a fantastic midfield. The likes of Modric and Kroos, Casemiro. But they're just so unorganised. They just don't seem to concentrate. They seem to be like school kids just running towards the ball. The counter-attacking here, Real Madrid. Gareth Bale on the ball at the moment. That's a heavy touch onto his right foot. Brilliant save there by the Betis keeper. It was a heavy touch. It put him on his right foot. But it was a fantastic save by the Betis keeper. Real Madrid on the left-hand side here. Knocking it about now. It's quite a high-intensity game this at the moment. With 55 minutes, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds. 55 minutes, 18 seconds. That's if you guys want to pause your TV and sync up with me. I understand I'm 1 or 2 minutes behind, so there you go. But 55 minutes, 27, 28 seconds. I'm watching the match on TV. Junior, brilliant. Sano, which midfielder would like to buy from Roma apart from Nainggolan? Don't know, mate. Real Madrid on the ball here. They're attacking. They've got, I think it's 4 against 4. Oh, brilliant play. Unfortunate there. He does get tackled. That was fantastic play, I think, by Asensio. Ramos had already had 5 yellows and 2 reds this season alone. Yeah, he's always been that sort of player, isn't he? He's got disciplinary issues. But that doesn't take away from how much of a fantastic player he is. Nacho said, I would love Strootman at United. I thought about that, but since I think it was his knee injury that kept him out for a little while. A ball in the box here. Gareth Bale. Oh, it was a fantastic save there. He just puts it wide. Oh, it wasn't saved. Gareth Bale was slipped in there. Fantastic run. He was onside. Brilliant. Brilliant run there. Brilliant ball as well. But I think it was a save. That's got to be a save. Come on. How's he not giving a corner for that? He's given a goal kick, but the keeper clearly saved it. Yeah, Strootman. I think that's more of a Van Gaal signing. I think Van Gaal wanted him. It didn't work out, and I don't think Mourinho will get him. I think he's sort of, that injury really set him back and stopped his progression. Do I think De Gea will go to Real Madrid? If so, who would you like to replace him? Bale has been given a yellow card for complaining to the referee, although, it was fair enough. I don't think De Gea will go. No, I think he's just broken down. I think that Real Madrid won't want another summer of chasing him. Do you know what I mean? They sort of gave up last season, so I think they'll get Courtois, if I'm honest. Brilliant play there by Betis, nutmegging Casemiro. I'll be honest, Madrid have really come into it this second half. I don't know what Zidane said to them, but they came out the stronger side and they've dominated. And that shows in the fact that they've scored, isn't it? "57 minutes, 34 seconds into the game. Betis on the ball at the moment. Knocking it around. That's silly. He's given the ball away. Vasquez. Can he play it into Ronaldo? Ronaldo on the ball. This looks dangerous. They've got men forward. Vasquez on the ball. Ball into the box. Casemiro. It's popped out. Betis have got men back. Sort of calm down. 58 minutes, 9 seconds, 10 seconds into the game. Real Madrid now knocking it around their defence. Playing nice, intricate football. That was nice from Carvajal. That was nice. There's a few men free. Oh, he's got to score here. Asensio, goal. 3-2. Asensio, it was brilliant play there by Carvajal. It was absolutely fantastic to beat his men that he did and put it into Asensio. That's 2 goals for Asensio now. He played fantastically against PSG when he came on, and he's played fantastically today. Brilliant. 3-2 Real Madrid, unfortunately, for Betis. And, they find themselves ahead. They've really come out the stronger side in the second half. And that is really proving Betis haven't been able to live with them. That's poor defending there by Betis. He dives in for the challenge against Carvajal. Carvajal puts the ball into the box where Asensio is unmarked. It's still not an easy finish. He puts it into the far corner nicely with an open foot. And they puts them 3-2 ahead. Nicely done, nicely done. 22,275 subscribers, guys. If you wouldn't mind, subscribing if you're new. If you haven't, share it. Get more people involved. We're trying to hit, I said 22,300 today, but I think that was a little bit optimistic with the fact that I expected low viewing figures today. So, but if you haven't subscribed already, get subscribing. Share if you have, and drop a like on the video as well. That'd be much appreciated. Real Madrid really asserting their dominance so far. They find themselves ahead from 2-1 down, 3-2 up at the moment. But Betis need to hang in there. They showed in the first half that they can score, they can hurt Real Madrid. So if they can keep it like this until 60, 70 minutes, I say that, it's 60 minutes now, exactly. But if they can keep it like 70, 75 minutes, keep it 3-2, maybe they could clinch a goal in the last 10 minutes. It's not out of reach for them whatsoever. Joe Hart says, Zidane probably said, win the game or no caviar for breakfast. Probably. George Carl, evening, mate. How you doing? Betis running with the ball. Jesus Christ, Navas has come flying out there. Fantastic to come out and win the ball. I think he's down. He looks hurt. It's a yellow card's been given against the Betis attacker. But he did come flying out at some speed, Navas. He's down at the moment. It was Loren from Betis that has been booked. How long left? We are 61 minutes into the game. So about half an hour. Asensio is world-class. Future Ballon d'Or winner, George Carl. George Carl has a good comment. Obviously, we had Jorge on before the game to give us a little bit more La Liga insight. And he said that obviously you could definitely see Asensio leaving Real Madrid if he wasn't getting this. That is rubbish. Sorry. It's in the replay of this now. Oh, to be fair, that does hurt. That does hurt. He was at such speed. But what Jorge was saying that Asensio, he could see him leaving Real Madrid if he doesn't get enough game time. You know, this season he's not been getting that much game time. Obviously, he started today, came on for the last 20 minutes against PSG, and he always seems to perform. So he's a very, very good player indeed. He's a very good player. He changed the game against PSG, and he's potentially won them the game today with 2 goals. Asensio is a star indeed. You're about 5 minutes late. Well, Junior, I do apologise about that. I'm 61 minutes, 46, 47, 48 seconds into the game. There's always going to be a bit of delay because you can never stream something live. So, in that case, pause your TV, sync up with me. I'm 62 minutes into the stream. Into the game. Yeah, sync up with me. Michael Collins to subscribe. Fantastic, mate. Sander, am I doing the Chelsea versus Barcelona game midweek? I'm personally not, but Mark is. So get subscribing. Stay involved for that. Real Madrid dominating possession now. They've both had 10 shots on target, but Real Madrid considerably more on... they've both had 10 shots. Real Madrid considerably more on target. And that shows in the scoreline as well. Is Mark... Who's Mark? Oh, the United stand. Evening. Share and subscribe. We've got Barcelona versus Chelsea this week. Mark is doing that one. He is indeed. Welcome. Mark, you're welcome to join if you want. I don't think we're having any lag. We're streaming in 1080p, which is obviously fantastic. I presume the United stand video is over, so welcome to everyone from their channel. Real Madrid are 3-2 up. They went behind 2-1. 1-0 up, 1-1 Betis equalised, then Betis went up 2-1, and now it's 3-2, so it's an interesting game, and one that's definitely not finished by any stretch of the imagination. Send more over in future, lots of them types of shows planned, especially in Champions League. Good. So we've got 100 watching, fantastic everyone. Obviously, we are from now until the end of the season, are planning to stream, in terms of Watchalong, more Barcelona and Real Madrid games. Every single Barcelona or Real Madrid game that me or Mark can do will be, there will be a watch-along for it. So do stay tuned. This is the start of that sort of La Liga series, if you will. So get involved and subscribe. My TV's been weird. 64 minutes into the game, 64 minutes, 12 seconds into the game. 22,280 subscribers, guys, fantastic. I really appreciate everyone that is new to the channel. We're trying to hit 22,300 subscribers today. So if you are new to the channel, like I said, get subscribing. 64 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. Real Madrid attacking at the moment. They've got men forward, but Betis have got men back as well. What can they do with it? It's interesting. They've looked dominant. This half, they look very, very, very dominant. Betis haven't got a foothold of the game. They haven't been able to maintain possession. And when going forward, they haven't looked threatening either. A ball over the top here for Ronaldo. Ronaldo, 4-2. That is absolutely fantastic by... Look, many said that he's done. Many said that he's finished. Many said that he's, get rid of him. But he continues to score goals. Like I said, midweek against PSG, he won them the game. He's essentially put the game to bed today against Real Betis. He's a fantastic player and one that shouldn't be counted out. He's no longer that fast-paced, dynamic, skilly, tricky winger that we're so used to. But he is a goal scorer and you can't discount that. I'll just change the score for you here at the moment. Fantastic. It's been a very, very good game today. I was wondering, is it going to be interesting, Real versus Real Betis? But we've seen a lot of goals, 6 in fact. And compared to some of the other stinkers I've sat through on this channel, this is a very good game indeed. So 65 minutes, 40 seconds into the game, and Real Madrid go 4-2 up with a fantastic Ronaldo goal. Betis with a good counter-attack. The GOAT always shuts up doubters. He does that regularly, doesn't he? Look, people can doubt him, people can hate on him. He's not reached his high standards that he's set for himself in the past few years, but he's still scoring goals. He's still scoring goals, and we've seen that midweek, and we see that today again. He's still up there with the best. Betis go on the counter-attack here. read a few comments out. A bit of a conspiracy. Ronaldo may not be wanting to get injured for the World Cup. That's why he's not giving 100%. Joe Hart, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, if I'm honest. I think he's always going to want to. He's going to want to win the Ballon d'Or again. I don't think he will, but he'll have that desire. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Ooh, there's a good cross there. A free header there by a Betis player, but he does send it wide. 66 minutes, 42 seconds into the game. Ronaldo is a legend. He has to be. He's a legend of the game. I wouldn't say he's the best of all time. I think Messi, it hurts me to say this, but I think Messi is slightly superior in terms of talent. There's no doubt of Ronaldo's quality and his work rate. I just think Messi's the better player. I have to say that. Who I'd want in my side, I'd probably want Ronaldo, which is weird to say, but he's more of an all-rounder, Ronaldo, isn't he? You put the ball in the box, it's unlikely that Messi's going to leap up and win it, whereas Ronaldo could do that. So I'd want Ronaldo in my side, but Ronaldo's still up there with the greatest of all time. There's no doubt about that. Who cares? Says keep doubting him and he keeps scoring. He will indeed, and that's the nature of the beast. That's the best players do that, don't they? They're always willing to prove their doubters wrong, and with Ronaldo, he just keeps doing it. He keeps proving the doubters wrong. He's put them 4-2 ahead today against Betis, and he's put the game out of reach for Betis. So look, doubt him all you want, but he won the game midweek and he's won this game today. Betis in the box, still pushing forward though. They still want to get something, maybe a draw potentially. It looks unlikely though. Quite scrappy at the moment in the Real Madrid half. A good shot that is, a good save by Naves. He's done well there to hold on to it indeed. Shane Bradley says like, share and subscribe. Please guys, do that. That'll be much, much appreciated. Cannot stand Messi. Better player now, but he seems like an absolute cretin to me, says Matthew McFadden. What I will say though is as well, Messi seems like a better player now, but he is considerably, well not considerably, he's 1 or 2, 3 years younger than Ronaldo. So let's judge Messi when he is 33 as well. Be interesting to see if he's still at the same level as he is now. About 20 minutes left, guys. 25 minutes. Somos muy de fútbol TV says, let me just say that football is more than scoring, Sander. But when you're a striker, is it? I know you've got to link plays into the game, but he's a goal scorer. He's no longer that tricky, fast-paced, dynamic winger that we all know Ronaldo as. He's a goal scorer. And he does it very, very well. So, I think if you surround him with good players, I think Ronaldo needs a lot of support. Previously in his career, he could really carry Real Madrid and be, the one, and Manchester United to an extent as well, and be the one man that, if the game was down and out, he could pick the team up just by himself and win the game. Whereas now, I'm not sure whether he could do that. I think he needs a good player surrounding him. And if you do that and have Ronaldo on the side, you're going to get a goal scorer with fantastic support as well. So I think that's the way to go about it, if I'm honest. Matthew McFadden says, I'll take Messi over Ronaldo right now, but in terms of prime, CR7 is my favourite. I'd have to agree with that as well. I think there's slight Manchester United bias coming into play there, and I'm guilty of that as well. But look, you see, they're both fantastic players, and I think it's often unfair to compare the two. John Parkinson says, Ronaldo is a winger though, so shouldn't be delivering more assists than just goals. No, he's not a winger. He used to be a winger, John. He's actually literally starting today up front next to Bale, so he's not a winger. He's changed position, as we often see sort of strikers do. They often drop back and go more central and more deep, like Wayne Rooney has done. But Ronaldo's gone from the left over where he's needed that pace for so many years. As he's lost that, he's come more central and gone more up front and been more of a fox in the box. So I think judge him as a striker. Don't judge him as a winger anymore. 17 minutes into the game, 17 minutes and 36, 37, 38 seconds. That's if you guys want to pause your TV and sink in with me. Betis on the ball, maintaining possession, trying to get something from the game in the last 20 minutes. I just think it's too late. They came out in that second half a little bit too defensive and not quite raring to go. I think, Real Madrid also came out in the second half very well. I'm sure they got to kick up the backside from Zidane at half-time. This second half just hasn't fallen for Betis. But the problems still stand with Real Madrid. They conceded 2 goals. They've been defensively very unorganised, very shambolic, if you will. And against a better side with a better defence than Betis, you're going to see them punished. And I wouldn't be surprised if PSG do that in the second leg of the Champions League. For me, it's not that he played for United. Ronaldo did it in 2 leagues and had massively less quality around him than Messi has had at Barca. Andrew Kay is a good point. Obviously, Messi has had the likes of Xavi and Iniesta feeding him balls, pinpoint accuracy. So I agree with that. I think Messi has sort of been in his comfort zone for all his career at Barcelona. I'd like to see him go to a Premier League to see if he's got it in him to play on a cold, wet, windy night in Stoke. So, maybe not Stoke anymore, more Burnley now, isn't it? So I agree with you, but you can't discount Messi's quality and his talent and the fact that he's up there with the best ever. Betis have taken a long shot. He's seen Navas off his line. It did go over. It was a good attempt, though. 72 minutes into the game. Desperation creeping in here for Betis. Matthew McFadden says, scenes when PSG spent 400 million quid on strikers who, in the Champions League, couldn't even score past a man who cried when he almost went to United. I said that when I was covering the game, didn't I? When you spend 400 million on 2 players, Neymar and Mbappe that being, there's no excuse. You have to win anything there is to win. And if you don't, you're falling short, especially with Real Madrid's sort of shabby defence. Isco coming on here for Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale, once again, not doing anything fantastic. His movement's been all right at times, but he's not been fantastic. He's not been that £85 million player that we all thought he would be. And he comes off for Isco. Change of formation, I predict. Neymar is the future, 100%. He's the now, I think, Neymar. He's absolutely fantastic. If you saw him against Real Madrid, despite the fact that he didn't score and he didn't necessarily have the impact that we all thought he would do, as soon as he got the ball, he'd glide past players like they weren't even there. And it was ridiculous. The ball seems to stick to his feet. So I think absolutely fantastic player, Neymar. Fantastic. Michael Foley says, Ronaldo is the all-time goal scorer in the Spanish league, or is it Messi? I'm not sure. If you guys want to find that out in the comments, let me know. Obviously you guys at home are a community as well, so get involved, talk to each other about that. I'm not quite sure. Ronaldo showed he is the man for the biggest games. Again, midweek, George Carr, precisely. Megan's back. Megan, there's only about, 20 minutes, I reckon, left in this game. So, I'll see you then. Neymar should have been sent off, George Carr claims. Yeah, I'm 74 minutes into the game, so if you guys want to pause your TV and sync up with me, 74 minutes, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds into the game. I understand I'm a little bit behind you guys, maybe a minute or two, but that's always going to be the case with YouTube live streams. Gamer makes a good point. It's obviously Messi because he's been a Liga for longer. Yeah, I presume it's that. It's Messi. Yeah, it's Messi. Andrew K says, anyone that thinks it is possible if Neymar goes far with Brazil at Russia, he can break the streak and take the Ballon d'Or this season. If he wins the Champions League, yes. If he wins the Champions League, yes. If you could bring back any legend from any club and take them to United, who would you choose? They have to be retired. I was going to say prime Ronaldo. I'd say Roy Keane, purely because United lack that midfield strength, that desire to win, that hunger, that aggression. With the likes of sort of our midfield is paper thin at the moment. Carrick is aging, Matic hasn't got the legs, McTominay questions, Pogba once again he's more of an attacking midfielder, so I'd definitely bring in Roy Keane to shore up that midfield and bring some passion and aggression back to that United side. Good question, John. Good question. 75 minutes into the game now, almost 76. I think it's down and out now, isn't it? They're just trying to see it out. Betis still, trying to get something. They do look a little bit hungry, and if they can get a goal in the next few minutes, it's going to be an interesting last 10. But I don't see that happening, if I'm honest. I see Real Madrid seeing this one out and winning 4-2 quite comfortably, if not 5-2. Guys, do subscribe if you haven't already. We're on 22,282 subscribers. Obviously, we're trying to hit 22,300 today. So what's that? 18 subscribers away. So get sharing if you get subscribing if you haven't already. If you have, share it. Get your mates involved. Tell your friends about the channel. Just because we want to grow this community to something bigger and greater than it already is. So show some support on the channel. Share, subscribe, and like us for usual. George says, Jorge that is, if Brazil win the World Cup, Neymar Ballon d'Or for winner, 100% no doubt. Be interesting to see, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to see the streak broken because I'll be honest, I want Ronaldo to win it more than Messi. So if Ronaldo's not going to win it, which I don't think he will because he's been poor, I don't want Messi to win it. I want Neymar to win it. I'll take Zidane for United. He was an absolute class. Not one of them. My favourite non-United player ever. Interesting, before my time. Pankaj says, Sana, do you about the Ronaldinho transfer controversy to United? I don't know about that, Pankaj. Do tell me. Haha Banter says, do you think a defender will ever win the Champions League? Maybe you mean the Ballon d'Or, Banter. I'm going to go with that you mean in the Ballon d'Or. I don't think it is that. Iniesta says, the Ballon d'Or, famously said that the Ballon d'Or is just a popularity contest for the attacking players. And I'd agree with that. You know, Neuer being in there a few years ago, 1, I think De Gea is better. 2, I think it was just to, build him up a little bit and there was no one necessarily better than him around. I just think he was never going to win it, was he? He was just there to fill the numbers. So no, I don't think a defender will ever win it. I think they have, haven't they? They have won it in the past. Cannavaro won in 06, yeah. I think but I'm not sure they'll win it again. You'd have to be an unbelievable player, and there'd have to be a lack of world-class quality in the striking areas, because I don't know about in 06, but I presume, if, once the likes of Ronaldo and Messi go, and maybe Neymar by that time as well, and no real fantastic players have come through to that sort of level in the striking department, I wouldn't, then I could see a defender winning it. But more often than not, obviously, it is attackers. A ball in behind there by Ronaldo, but I think he was offside. Do you think Real Madrid can make it to the Champions League final with that defence? On paper, the defence is good, but in terms of organisation, they've looked so shabby. Their midfield as well. Once again, the midfield on paper is a fantastic midfield. The likes of Kroos and Modric and Casemiro, they're fantastic players, but they just look so unorganised, and that's so surprising to see. So I don't know. I think they could do it. Whether they will or not, I'm not sure. I think there are better sides out there. I think this year's Champions League is going to be one of the most competitive Champions League in years, simply because the 5 English teams look strong. You've got the likes of Juventus, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. They're all going to be, up for it. PSG. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this year's Champions League does pan out. So 9 minutes, 33 seconds into the game. Probably about 12, 13 minutes left. A ball goes into the box here for Betis. Well defended. Good header. Out. Real Madrid win it back. That was poor. Wow, they're on the counter-attack here. It's 3 against 2 if they can spread it. Just poor. It was difficult, I'd agree. But if they could have spread it out to that right wing there, they could have been in on goal. They didn't. Still stands 4-2. When tears are in. Jorge says, do you reckon a player from the winning World Cup side that's not Messi, CR7 or Neymar is likely to win the Ballon d'Or? No, because I think Messi will win it this year, or Neymar. I don't think Ronaldo should make the top 3 unless he does well in the Champions League, because to be fair saying that, he's done, his Liga form is picking up slightly. But no, is the answer to your question. Man of the match is an interesting question. I think Asensio's got to be man of the match, hasn't he? He's done very well. Not only did he do very well in the PSG game when he came on, but he's done very well today, creating chances, running down that left-hand side, putting balls in. Not only that, but he's got them 2 goals. And for that, you've got to give the man of the match. There's still 10 or so minutes left. But, unless something spectacular happens for Betis and someone gets a hat-trick to win in the game, I'm going Asensio man of the match. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think? Who was your man of the match today? Let me know. I'm going with Asensio, like I said. So, yeah. A free kick here for Betis. Theo Hernandez was the perpetrator, if you will. Do you think Mbappe can win the Ballon d'Or? Not yet, maybe potentially in the future. He looked like he was trying against Real Madrid midweek. Nothing was quite coming off. I don't know whether that was because it wasn't his day or whether that was just because there's a lack of quality. I'm not sure. I haven't watched too much of PSG this season. We'll have to see. I just don't think, not in the next 2 or 3 years, no. 15 more subscribers until 22,300, which was our goal for today. I don't think we'll hit it, but if you haven't subscribed already, do get subscribing. Betis with a volley. Bang, edge of the box, drags it wide. 82 minutes into the game. John Parkinson says, without being biased because you support United, how far can Liverpool go in the Champions League? Their defence is too poor. They're not that far. I think if they encounter a very big side, so that's probably the quarterfinals, if not the semis, they'll struggle. I don't think the defence is good enough. The midfield likewise. Do I think Martial will leave United and join Madrid? I bloody hope not. So, who's been the best Betis player? For me, it was Guardado. I don't know the names of the players. I'll be honest with you. I don't know the names of the players. I think they've defended well. When they've gone forward, they look attacking, but I don't know the players well enough. I'm going to hold my hands up to that. Lol, Martial is better than the porn star at Olympic diver Dele Alli. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. 83 minutes, 11 seconds into the game as it stands. How far can Manchester United go in the Champions League? I think, mate, I'll be honest with you guys. Look, Seville is going to be a very difficult game. Seville is a difficult side. I spoke to Jorge, who obviously joined us 10 minutes before the kickoff today, about it, and he said Seville is difficult. You should get through it, but look, with the way United's been playing recently, losing to Newcastle and Spurs, there's no guarantees. 83, or coming up to 84 minutes into the game as it stands. Betis with the ball, knocking it around. It looks pretty dull at the moment. They're still trying. They're still trying to go forward and get something, but look, it's difficult. It would not surprise me if they got one because of Real Madrid's shabby midfield and defence, but I don't really see it happening. Spread it wide for Betis here on the left-hand side. Can he put a ball into the box? Puts a ball in. Fantastic ball in. Bang, back post. 84 minutes in. 4-3. Wow, this is going to get very, very interesting. There might be about, 6, 7, 8 minutes left. 4-3. Can they get another one to potentially equalise against Real Madrid? It'd be very interesting. Once again, we've seen there, regardless of the result today, we've seen the frailties in Real Madrid's defence and midfield. They're not good enough. The organisation is poor. Once again, they're on the same side. The left midfielder is left completely open, and he's been able to put a ball into the box, and at the back stick, he's put it into the back of the net. So, look, interesting to see how this game develops. But if I was a Real Madrid fan, I'd be concerned for the rest of the season, for the rest of the games remaining. They've been poor defensively. No, we'll win the FA Cup. I hope so. I don't know if they will. I'll be honest, I'm not confident of us beating City. Call me not a real fan and not pessimistic, but I don't see any team beating City. "86 minutes into the game, pretty much 15 seconds off it anyway. 4-3. Look, it's interesting. Betis have really racked up the shots now. 18 shots as opposed to Real Madrid's 11. So it'll be interesting to see how this game does develop. Not long left. I'd say probably about 5 minutes left. We're 86 minutes into the game, maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes. Mourinho should give Rashford a chance in attack. I'll be honest, I think he's a pace merchant. I don't think on the ball he's got enough quality. I think admittedly he is better up front than he is on the left-hand side. I think on the left-hand side you need more skill. I think up front you just need good movement and pace and obviously good finishing. So I'll be interested to see how that develops, how he develops. I think if he doesn't get good game time next season, I think you could see Rashford off going. I really do think you could. George Carter likes the ponytail. Cheers, buddy. Obviously, it's taken me a little while to grow out since last December. Betis putting the pressure on. They are. Look, 87 minutes into the game, essentially. Real Madrid, my advice would be just to keep the ball, shut up shot, calm down, maintain possession, and just see the game out. Good game management, which they haven't done. They've given the ball away here, and they have conceded a foul. They've given it off early, Betis, which hasn't been allowed, unfortunately. Dummy Gas says, do you think Real Madrid are better than Barcelona? Look at the league table, mate. Sander, do you find the Real fans are actually as arrogant as we perceive them back in the MCR? That's from Bacarial. I don't think they are, no. I think that's only a set minority, and I think that's the Twitter minority. In football Twitter, you see fickleness the whole time. You see people react and boo players and boo their legends. And you see that all over football Twitter, whether it be Real Madrid or Manchester United. I think I've been in the stadium on numerous occasions, and it's not as fickle as you'd think it is. There is an element of it to it, and I think they're less supportive than they are in England, but it's not as bad as commonly perceived. Matt Grease says, it's amazing how this Betis team is playing toe-to-toe with Real Madrid. We can't do that against the big boys. Think our play will improve under Mourinho. Mark thinks that it will. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm a massive hashtag Jose in, man. I think trust in the bloke. I think his track record is fantastic, and you should get behind him. If we go defensive against a top team side, I believe that's because Mourinho thinks that's the best way to deal with the game. I trust Mourinho 100%. I urge you to too. Ronaldo coming off here. He's got, he's done well today. I think he's got one goal. Karim Benzema coming on. Not a fan of him, but it'll be good to get Ronaldo off. Save him from injury. There's only 2-3 minutes left anyway. Guys, let me know if you guys enjoyed the stream today. Obviously, like I said, we will be doing as many Real Madrid and Barcelona watch-alongs as we can, regardless of who they're playing. So if you guys like the new concept, get involved. I think I want to do one watch-along a week as well, not just the big games, like at least one watch-along a week. So if it's like Huddersfield, Southampton, I'd ideally still want to do that one, and get at least one watch-along a week, because it is a generic fan channel. It shouldn't be just the top 6 sides that get covered in the Premier League. It should be for everyone. So if you're a Huddersfield fan, there's potential on this channel for you. 89 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. Obviously, maybe 3-4 minutes, if that, left. So I'm pretty sure that Real Madrid have won 3-4, 4-3. Real Madrid, I should say. And I think you're going to see Real Madrid see the game out. I've really enjoyed this stream, by the way, guys. Massively appreciate everyone that has tuned in. It is a Sunday night, and it's not a huge game, but it is a good game. It has been a good game nonetheless. So thanks to everyone that has joined the stream. Coming up to 90 minutes just to see how long. 3 minutes of added time, so there's about 3 minutes left. Betis on the ball. Knocking it around. Can they put a ball into the box? Oh, that's poor. Tried to put a ball in the box, but it got deflected. It went out. Three minutes left. We're 30 seconds into that. Vasquez has been all over the place, predominantly on the left-hand side. He's been very good today, Vasquez, as well. Asensio for me. He's still man of the match, isn't he? Betis haven't got a lot of time left. Ball into Vasquez. Vasquez, goal. 5-3. Karim Benzema, people can say what you want about him, but it's 5-3. He's put the game to bed well and truly. He's come on. He's been on the pitch for what? 3 minutes and he scored. So, you know, you can't fault that. You can't fault that. Fantastic play there by Real Madrid. And that's it. 3 points, Real Madrid. The game is done. Not technically, but look, it's out of reach now for Betis, isn't it? It's been a very good game. Look, there's been a lot of goals, 8 goals at that, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I really have. Obviously, you know, I don't know what I was going to do Sunday night, but spending it with you guys has been absolutely fantastic. About a minute and a half left. Let's hit 100 likes. Come on, guys. Yeah, let's try and hit 100 likes. That'd be fantastic if we could. Show some support on the channel. 22,287 subscribers as well. We were trying to hit 22,300. We haven't hit it, but do appreciate all the new subscribers massively. Obviously, it's a generic football fan channel for fans supporting a variety of different clubs. You know, whether you support Huddersfield, Southampton, Celta Vigo, Real Madrid or Man United, it doesn't matter. Subscribe, get involved, and yeah, have your say. Have a bit of banter. Cheers, Jared, mate. It's just nice job. Appreciate it. Really do. How banter? Yeah, 5-3. It has been. It's been a fantastic game. It really has been. Nathan, you can't beat Rochdale, but you think you can win the Champions League. I was saying to my dad earlier, I was watching that Rochdale game, obviously, against Spurs. They drew 2-2 in the end. And I was saying, how amazing is it that Spurs can go in the Champions League and draw 2-2, come from 2-0 behind against Juventus, and then draw 2-2 against Rochdale, who are bottom of League One. Fantastic, isn't it? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. About a minute left now, guys. Nice one, Sander. Chaz, Phil, appreciate it. Good choice for Watchalong, Sander. A la Madrid. Good card. Cheers, mate. It wasn't much. Betis in behind there. Goes out for a Betis corner. How'd you get the background on? It's just, I'm just here. It's real life. Sander, you should do a joint watch-along with Mark midweek. I'll be interested in doing that, I'll be honest. I'll be interested in doing that. It is full-time, guys. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. 5-3, fantastic game. Real Madrid looked dodgy defensively, but attackingly, they put the game to bed. Ronaldo, 2 goals from Asensio. Karim Benzema with a goal as well. So, been a fantastic game. Thanks for everyone who subscribed, and drop a like on the video as well. Share it if you're new as well. Appreciate it all. There will be a watch-along for Barcelona-Chelsea on Tuesday. I won't be doing it, but Mark is going to be doing that. So get involved, subscribe, get excited for it, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers all.